Good morning, everyone. Shh. Good morning. It is Friday the 19th. Would like to welcome each and every one of you to your Los Angeles City Hall. This council meets every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. The public is welcome. Madam Clerk, we do have a quorum. Would you please call the roll?
Blumenfield, Bonin, Buscaino, Cedillo, Englander, Fuentes, Harris Dawson, Weezer, Koretz, Krikorian, Martinez, O'Farrell, Price, Rue Wesson. 11 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. First order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
Bonin moves and Rue seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Harris Dawson moves and Martinez seconds. Next.
Mr. President, there are requests to continue 1U for 30 days to March 18th.
Okay, so without objection, that'll be the order. Continue.
And the Department of Building and Safety recommends that the following items be received and filed. Items 1A, G, L, N, P, Q, R, and T, as the liens have been paid in full.
Okay, then, so ordered. Let's continue.
Items 1 through 3 are items noticed for public hearing.
Do you have cards?
Yes, there are cards on all 3 items, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, then let's move forward. What do we have next?
Item 4 is an item for which public hearing has been held.
Okay, members, item 4, specials. I don't see any. Why don't we prepare to vote on item 4? Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Okay, that's approved. Let's move forward.
Items 5 through 14 are items for which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Okay, so without objection, those items are now before this body. Do we have cards?
Yes, there are cards on all items 5 through 14.
Okay, so then that will bring us where? We'll hold those items.
Mr. President, that takes council back to presentations or items called special.
Okay, I'm going to ask Ms. Martinez if you could just sit in for a minute. Let me see if I can find a home for Sugar here, okay? Today is Pet Adoption Friday. And Mr. Harris Dawson, just let me know when you're ready and we'll get started with an unbelievably special presentation.
Mr. Harris Dawson, are you ready for your presentation? Oh, we're going to go to Mr. Wesson.
All right, Mr. Wesson, since he is trying to find a home for a dog, he's going to wait for us to get on this television screen. Let me get a close-up of Sugar here, right, Arlene? This is Sugar. What we have is a 4-month-old mixed terrier, female, who has all of her shots and everything, and she's ready to be taken home today. We at the City of Los Angeles have been having a pet adoption program for, I want to say 10 years. We have a 100% adoption rate. And so I'm asking for anyone that can hear my voice, anyone that can see us on television, anyone in the council chambers today, I present to you Sugar. Again, a 4-month-old terrier mix who's very nervous because she wants to make a good impression as she's looking for a home. I'd say about 70–80% of the dogs that we find homes for, they're individuals that are here in the audience adopt them. So I have with me today one of our #1 animal experts and just good loving people with Arlene. We've been doing this for about 10 years. So I'm going to ask Arlene to take, I almost called her Penny, to take Sugar kind of like around.
And that's because she gives lots of sugar when she's
Oh,
nervous.
well, here, why is she named Sugar?
Her name is Sugar because she likes to give lots of sugar when she's not nervous.
All right, so let's try to find her a home. I'm going to have Arlene walk her around. Trust me, Soul Train Gang, you can walk home with a... You can walk home with a companion animal. And on a serious note, though, we have 6 shelters, and we do the best we can to try to find homes. But we have so many animals that sometimes that is not possible. So join me today. Join Animal Services today, and let's save this little doggie's life. Let's find her a home so we know we don't have to worry about her. If you want unconditional love, you will find it in sugar. So I'm calling upon the people that can hear my voice, see me on television, that are here in these chambers. When we go home, when we end today, let's make sure someone takes sugar home. Madam President, thank you very much for the time that you have afforded me today.
Very well. Let's find sugar a home. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Marquise Dawson, peace, love, and soul.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair and members. I actually have 2 presentations this morning. One that is both are people that you all will know. First is one of our good friends and key members of the personnel here in Los Angeles City Council and City Hall, Gabriel Morales. He's been working at the cafe downstairs. And today is his last day. He is becoming a member of IBEW Local 11. So he will be an electrician with a very good job. And so we want to thank him for his service there and tell him how excited we are about what he's going to do in the future.
All right. Thank you. Just a few words. A couple words. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to serve everybody here and lead by example in my community. And I'm fortunate enough to get an opportunity to move on in life. And hopefully I'll set the example for those behind me. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Gabriel's from Boyle Heights, so I'm filling in for Councilman Huizar today. All right, on to my second presentation. Today, as we continue to celebrate African American Heritage Month, we have a legendary and historic institution that blended music and television and showcased African American culture to the United States and to the world. The institution brought R&B, soul, hip-hop, funk, jazz, disco, and gospel artists to the American mainstream. That is, of course, the longest running program in syndication in the history of television, Soul Train.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Soul Train, as you can see on the video screen above, has been started back in 1965 with Don Cornelius as a radio show called Kitty A Go-Go, and then Red Hot and Blues. Later on, it became a television program and moved and made a home in Los Angeles in 1971. Since 1971 all the way up until 2006, almost every important music star has appeared on the show. But what we wanted to do today, Don Cornelius, who we lost a few years ago, and the artists that performed on the show get lots of props all the time. We wanted to bring to the city of Los Angeles and recognize and honor the dozens of people that danced on that show every week and pioneered what we all know as the world-famous Soul Train line. So today behind me, we have from every decade, the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, members of the Soul Train dancers. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Hey, Mr. Harris Dawson, I want to make sure we get a good shot here. So come on, move over. Everybody get in the center aisle, show off that good-looking hat and coat. No, Marquise, coordinated. We want to make sure everybody just get on either side of Marquise, but stay tight. And why don't we show the people that we have today? Yeah, why don't we switch from the video and let's go live from City Hall? Yeah. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's give them another round of applause. Everybody get in tight.
So many of these folks, I know I certainly recognize from waking up on Saturday morning, trying my best to learn the new dance moves and to learn what to wear to school the following week. But again, the Soul Train dancers, and we want you to hear this on behalf of the city of Los Angeles. You helped build the culture of this country. And you did it right here in our city, and we treasure you, we appreciate you, and we're proud to honor you today. I want to call up Reginald Rutherford, the Senior Operations Manager from 1980 all the way to 2006, so 26 years, the person who helped organize all this. Come on up. Reggie asked me to make sure everybody understands that he's the organizer, he's not a dancer.
First of all, thank everyone, thank all the council. And this is the greatest fraternity in the world, folks, to ever know. We've had also some councilmen that have come from Dancing from Soul Train. Don was more than just a visionary. He was a gentleman that had a large vision about where he was going. He didn't just do Soul Train. He has 26 award shows. He also has a comedy show and other television shows. So it was something there. But he loved his city. He loved Danny Bakewell. He loved a lot of the councilmen. And in between, some of you know, in your districts, there were a lot of things that he did in the community, which is real important. And I stand here for him, in behalf of him, of what his vision was, not only as a friend, as a confidant, but as all these, well, they were kids then, but we have grandmothers and great-grandmothers and things. But I want you to know one thing that was perfect. They never, ever, ever did anything that was out of the ordinary. Don ran a pretty tight ship, and I guess I ran a pretty close ship. But I want you to know one thing in closing. That all they did was dance for a bucket of chicken and a soda. Thank you guys again, and I love you.
Yeah, well, so many of us, we all grew up together. And there was a time when we didn't have DVDs and video, so you would know to make sure you were in front of a television so that you could see the latest in clothing, the latest dance moves, and it really kind of set a tone for the country. I was having a conversation with some individuals earlier. The dancing that you guys did is like the precursor to a lot of the exercise videos that you see today, where individuals have cardio workouts and things of that nature. So your effect will live on and on. And I had an opportunity, members, to chat with them earlier today, and I was asked if I could bust a move. I indicated that I could not, but what I wanted to take a moment, though, and introduce to you, on this council, we do have a former professional dancer, and I wanted to introduce to you Council Member Mitch O'Farrell. Stand up.
Bravo. Yes.
Who made a living at different portions throughout his life as a dancer. It's now, Mr. Harris Dawson, my pleasure to call on one of our colleagues, no singing. This is a dance. This is a dance show. Mr. Buscaino is not a singing show. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, from the southern portion of Los Angeles, Joe Buscaino.
Thank you, Mr. President. And by no means am I a professional dancer, but I want to thank you for teaching me how to dance. Every Saturday morning, this son of Italian immigrants turned on Soul Train, and I was able to learn a few moves, and which led me to my love for the performing arts. So a heartfelt thank you for sharing your soul and your culture with the Buscaino family. And really pleased, Mr. Marquis Harris-Johnson, thank you so much for bringing them here to council chambers to celebrate their love of family and their love for the city and their love for dance. So thank you.
And see, you guys have a lot of fans. So before we wrap this up, I have to now defer to the councilman from the 5th District, Mr. Paul Koretz. Paul, I definitely want to hear you about your dance. We want to hear about your dance experience.
Unlike Mr. Buscaino, I was beyond help. I have to admit, growing up, I did watch Soul Train. Didn't do me a bit of good. I have 3 left feet, so but I still appreciate your talent, and it was entertainment for those of us who couldn't learn to dance. But it was great to see what people could do who could dance and dance very well. So on behalf of everybody that ever watched that show, I thank you.
And from the great 9th and now the new 9th Council District, I'd like to recognize Mr. Curran Price, Mr. Soul Train of the council.
You know, you guys have just provided so much inspiration and excitement over the years. You know, we couldn't wait to turn on the TV and get the latest. Get the latest move. And I always appreciated the splits because I was concerned that somebody wouldn't be able to get back up. But you always did. You always did. Yeah, which one did the splits? Oh, there he is. All right. But don't do it now. Just yeah. But we just want to thank you for your contribution to our culture and to our community. And so we just appreciate you, and you represent the best in us, of us, and have been a real beacon of excitement and hope. So congratulations on your achievements. Congratulations on being real strong supporters of the community and giving back. I look around and see many of you at events over the years, so keep up the good work. Thank you.
And you know, Mr. Price, you make me think of something else. We talk about the dance moves, and we talk about the great wardrobes and clothing. I think we need to also talk about the phenomenal hairstyles that, you know, throughout where, you know, we'd see you, and then that next week, everybody wanted to look like you. With that said, I'd like to call on the great rep from the 13th District, Mitchell O'Farrell.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. President. I just have to say that before I became a professional dancer, I drew my inspiration from many sources, and one of them being Soul Train. I'm just so thrilled to be in the same room with all of you. For years and years, I woke up on a Saturday just to watch you all dance, and you know, through being inspired by what I saw and kind of what translated through the screen, it really fed my my desire to become a dancer. And way back in the day, I'm, you know, rural Oklahoma. Who from rural Oklahoma becomes a professional dancer, right? But that example helped someone like me, a kid in the 70s from rural Oklahoma, become a professional dancer. So no telling how many countless others with a background that maybe didn't necessarily lend itself to that possibility. Just know that you've influenced thousands, probably millions of people across the world who tuned in and saw what you did. So bravo, thank you, and it's just great to see you all here. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Harris Dawson, I'm going to defer back to you, but I'm going to see if I can get Ms. Martinez to return to the president's chair, because I'm going to slip down there with you. Where are the city photographers? Sherry, get ready, because I may get inspired, all right?
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chair and members. And again, one more big thank you to the Soul Train dancers and the inventors of the Soul Train line, the longest running television program in the history of television. I couldn't be more proud of them and more proud of this city. So again, thank you to the city, thank you to the City Council, and one more big round of applause to the Soul Train dancers.
Hey, Sherry, you ready?
Mr. Price, you got the move.
Soul Train, the hippiest trip in America. 60 non-stop minutes across the tracks of your mind into the exciting world of soul and the Soul Train Gang.
Mr. Harris Dawson, we're waiting for you to do the splits.
Afro Chic.
Sorry.
I don't know Soul Train dancer that retired. I think it's kind of just
Oh, wait.
and I still teach dance internationally.
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm going to steal that hat. Oh, good. It's good. Oh my God.
Okay, Madam Clerk, we're going to move on to item 2.
And item 2 is called Special for Cards.
Item 2 is called Special for Cards. The first speaker is Wayne Spindler. Mr. Spindler, item 2.
And again, that's right. We need an easement on Dronefield Avenue and CD7. I simply say change the name of the street to Don Cornelius Avenue. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate the change perfectly to give the easement for the new Don Cornelius Avenue in CD7, formerly known as Bledsoe Street. What a tremendous honor this is. So I will support this item and the name change in the name of Soul Train. What a perfect opportunity item 2 was agendized for today. For once, the council did something right. For once, not just corruption today, but honoring the great Don Cornelius and Soul Train with item number 2. Thank you so much. Support the item. 1 minute.
That concludes cards on item 2. Madam Clerk, can you open the roll? Close the roll and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, item passes. Let's move on to item 7. Go ahead.
Item 7 called special for cards.
Mr. Spindler, item 7. Mr. Spindler passes on item 7, so that concludes cards on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's move on to item 8.
Also called special for cards.
Mr. Spindler, you filled out a card for 8 as well. He passes for item 8. That concludes cards. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's move on to item 7. I'm sorry, 10.
10 called special for cards.
Mr. Spindler, you filled out a card for 10 as well. Are you going to speak on 10, sir? He passes. That concludes cards for item number 10. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's move on to item 11.
11 called special for cards.
Mr. Spindler, item 11.
And again, yes, item 11. Absolutely, thank you. Worthwhile. To lease approval of office space at 10221, the African American Heritage Month building at Compton Avenue. This is a very good thing for the Watts Civic Center, ACLP. Again, in the nature of racial peace and harmony, I support item 11. Normally, we would be against corruption, but when it comes to these important things in African History Month, we must come together, try to stop another riot, especially in Watts, for the Watts Neighborhood Council. And finally, the councilman from CD 15 has hung up his badge. And now Joe Buscaino is becoming a representative of the African community. He's giving up his LAPD pension. Thank you,
Mr. Spindler,
Joe.
you're not on the item. Thank you, sir. That concludes cards on item 11. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
It's forthwith for Mr. Buscaino. Thank you, sir. The next item is go to item number 5.
Item 5 called special for cards.
Mr. Walsh, item 5.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org or at J. Walsh Confidential or tweeting at Hollywood Dems. This is number 5. It's on the agenda all the time. Rent escrow account program. Many, many people have taken advantage of this. What this does on North Fulton, North Canoga, North Woodley, West Homeside, West 21st Street, if the landlord does not repair your unit where you live up to code, then you can have the city ban the landlord from collecting your rent. Instead, the money goes into escrow. The landlord has to pay directly to the city your rent. And believe me, when that happens, whatever has been happened gets quickly fixed up. That's it. There's somebody here.
Mr. Walsh, what do you need?
I hand this in.
Sergeants, can you please take the note from Mr. Walsh? Thank you.
That's for the pets.
Next speaker is Wayne Spindler on item 5. Mr. Spindler passes. That concludes cards on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's move on to item 14.
Item 14 called special for cards.
Mr. Spindler, item 14. He passes. That concludes cards on that item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Let's move on to item 6.
6, call special for cards.
Mr. Walsh, item 6.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org, J. Walsh Confidential. This is installation of the name of Ennio Morricone Morricone, at 7065 Hollywood Boulevard. I think it's actually an insult to Mr. Morricone to put a star up there, a brand new star, because it's going to fall apart. The state of the Hollywood Walk of Fame is terrible. The city council does nothing about it. The press does nothing about it. We put up the pictures. We'll put up a picture of Ennio Morricone, not Morricone, Morricone, and so that everyone can see how terrible the stars look next to them. They're torn apart. They're falling apart, and people are having sex on the stars because we just added Hustler to Hollywood Boulevard.
Next speaker is Wayne Spindler on item 6.
Absolutely.
Mr. Spindler, you need to turn that off and
The
speak on the item.
greatest composer of music in the 20th century and 21st century. You don't even play his music. You don't even play one thing from this guy. Once Upon a Time in the West, Once Upon a Time in America. You don't even play his music. How the fuck can you have a presentation for this man and not even play his music? To let people know what this guy is. You've heard his music. A lot of people may not know his name because he spends most of his time on classical music and in Europe. He rarely ever comes to the United States. I've seen him perform in person. He performs operas and themes. He's won multiple awards. You don't even play. I tried to play his music just now. You can't even play. Why? Because he's white. Because whenever you have a presentation for somebody white, you can't play his music. That's why you don't play his music. And you want to put a star where? In a place where people have sex, where people have drugs, in a crime-ridden fucking neighborhood. That's the presentation for this man? Nobody's here on his behalf, are they? You people are unfucking believable. I try to play his music on a presentation, and I'm not on the topic? Well, fuck your star, and fuck you, because you have no respect for this great man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Spindler. That concludes cards on item 6. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.